authorities in Nepal say hopes of finding any survivors from the country's worst air disaster in decades are fading. At least 68 people died when a flight from Kathmandu to the tourist town of Pokhara crashed and caught fire yesterday morning. It's not yet clear what caused the crash. There were 72 passengers on board, including Eoghan Crichton, who was travelling on an Irish passport. This morning, recovery teams have resumed their search of the crash site, and they found both the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder on the plane which crashed. Eoghan Corry is editor of Air and Travel magazine. He's on the line now. Good morning, Eoghan. What is known about the Irish passenger who was on board this flight, Eoghan Crichton?
Good morning, Justin. A sad day for the families, a sad day for aviation. Eoghan was born in London, and he was a musical artist. He'd lived in several European countries, in Slovakia, recently in the Netherlands, and Helsinki, where he was based for quite a while, and he'd booked this ticket from Helsinki. So although we have only 3 remaining bodies to be identified, it does look like there's no survivors from this crash. So as I say, a very sad day for Nepal, for the family, and for aviation, which has really been doing well with safety records. In the whole of last year, we had 2 fatal crashes with commercial aircraft with more than 20 passengers. So this is a big setback.
It is
for
indeed.
All concerned.
There is an investigation now proceeding into this crash. There's a lot of footage online showing the plane which crashed rolling sharply as it approached the airport. At this stage, is it possible to provide any likely explanation for what happened here?
Well, the recorder has been recovered. They say it hasn't been opened, but they say it's in good condition. There'll be a lot of investigations. There'll be one within Nepal. There'll also be the ATR. It's a very sturdy aircraft. It's got a tremendous record worldwide. Quite a lot of them in operation in Ireland. Aer Lingus Regional would use them a lot. And of course, the manufacturers will be very interested in if there's anything that leads back to the design of the aircraft. The considerable Irish aviation industry, and there's a lot of experts in this country because we've such a large leasing industry. In fact, 2 of Yeti Airlines aircraft are leased out of Limerick, but not the one that crashed. But they are saying that, from the video footage, early evidence, it looks like a stall, but it will take months and months and months to work out what happened. There are questions about the airport. The airport's only open 2 weeks. The old airport is still in operation for smaller aircraft, maybe a bit confusing as you come in. There was some suggestion that the aircraft was not approaching in the right direction to land. But there are questions about the experience of one of the pilots as to who was actually flying it. But you got to remember, this is a trunk route in Nepal. A lot of listeners will be familiar with Pokhara. It's a great access to the mountains, and there are 25 flights a day from Kathmandu to Pokhara. It's only 30 minutes. A lot of people familiar with that route, even though the airport was open only 2 weeks.
All right, Eoghan Corry, editor of Air and Travel magazine. Thanks for talking to us this morning.